Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ray, and we are here to jump into episode 12 of season 2 of Pit Babe. So, last episode, I'm sorry, you guys, I recorded all of last episode and then realized there was something going wrong with my mic. So none of the audio saved, which was, it was a bit of a boring episode, to be fair, but I did have some really choice, great reactions. So you're gonna miss out on some hilarious crash out moments from me as I got more and more frustrated with everything that was happening with Alan and just annoyed overall by everybody. So, that might continue into this episode. So you might get a second run of crash outs here. I don't know. This season overall has been extremely frustrating. More frustrating than the first season. The first season was pretty frustrating for me, especially in the back half. But this season is like more so because I feel like all of these characters should have learned something from the first season. So some of their behavior in this season just feels so ugh to me. And just we're retreading. We're not getting any new shit out of this, out of a lot of these characters. And in fact, some of them have become even more annoying, which is like, ugh, good lord. But not gonna harp on it. We're gonna watch episode 12 today. I don't have time for the finale. This is the penultimate episode. I usually say that at the beginning, sorry. This is the penultimate, so I'm gonna film this now, but I'll film the finale in my next recording session. And then because I have to watch something else today. So we'll get through episode 12 and then we'll see where we stand with everything that's happening with Alan and I guess Kenta, who's still, trapped in Tony's compound with nobody giving a shit about him except Kim. Kim and me. Me and Kim. We the only two people in the whole world that care about Kenta, I guess. Yeah, so anyway, I'm ready to watch this next episode. Let's just get into it. Well, I guess technically Alan cares about Kenta too. Sort of. He's mostly here for Dean, though. We all know that. Oh, you guys miss me losing my fucking shit when we first saw this taxidermy fox? Holy shit, I lost it. Because it's so fucking ugly. And I actually am editing episode 3 for YouTube right now. And I noticed that Tony was the one who's doing all these taxidermy animals, apparently. And I'm like, first of all, of course. Second, I'm sure he's killed all of these animals himself because he's that kind of person. And like, not only is he terrible at taxidermy because these are fucking ugly, but also, why did the props department decide to use this ugly ass taxidermy? Is it a character statement or is it just poor prop handling? I don't know. But I think what killed me about this one was that it's not even just that it's bad taxidermy, that this thing is fucking ugly. It's that it's like growing out of this, what is this? This looks like an apothecary drawer, like closet or whatever, where you put apothecary ingredients and stuff. So like it's just like growing out of here randomly. Like, why did he hang it here like this? What is this statement? What statement is he trying to make with this? We just disabled all 6 of these drawers, by the way, just so that we can hang this ugly thing here. So you can't use any of these. Well, maybe just these 4. You just gotta hope that this is more floppy than stiff, so that you can pull these 2 out. But if this is stiff, then these 2 are also useless. Like, what is the reason? What is the point? I don't know. It's just like I lost it. I fucking lost it over this. Anyway, let's keep going. And then he like tased him or something, or used his little implant to disable him.
ใจเย็นๆฉันพูดคำไหน
I don't know why he thought he was going to get a fair deal out of fucking Tony. This like it was just literally like an hour of me just cussing out Alan. You guys definitely missed out on that.
แกคิดว่าเลือดอิชาลีแค่นี้เนี่ยมันคุ้มค่ากับการแลก
I was even more upset because I felt like he was so hypocritical given the first half of the season and his treatment of Jeff for keeping a secret, and it's like, no, this secret is way worse than whatever Jeff did. You know? I was so angry. I wish he would, because I'm so pissed off by this that I'm like, I don't give a fuck if he dies right now.
ยังไงมึงก็หนีการควบคุมของกูไม่ได้
See, and now you're one of his kids. I guess he just wanted to know what it felt like to be one of Tony's kids or something. I don't know what the fuck was going through his mind. Anyway. It also disabled these drawers for this ugly ass. This one's a little better than this one. This one actually looks like a normal deer. This is just insane.
ฉันจะตอบแทนแกหน่อยด้วยการพาไปหาไอเด็กที่โคม่าสักหน่อยดีไหม
Truly do not understand what he was thinking doing this. Just goofiness. Instead of going, what I said last episode is that you know a millionaire business owner who specializes in fringe science. So, and you know an extremely intelligent scientist. You couldn't have gone to them two to help with your back? Ignoring the fact that you aren't telling Jeff the truth, if you want to go behind his back, then go behind his back with somebody that the whole group trusts, which is Pete and Chris. Why would you go to literally the human trafficker and think you're going to get any kind of decent deal out of this man? Any kind of fair deal out of this man? Goofiness. Just so annoying. And unnecessary. We didn't need this to move the plot. At all. Especially because Alan's supposed to be the wise, older mentor of everybody in the team. And he's always talking about teamwork. Meanwhile, he did this shit behind everybody's back. Total fucking betrayal. Like, went to his lover, abuser. Jeff was abused by this man. As was Charlie, as was Babe, as was Pete, as was Chris to a certain extent, as was Kenta. Like, half of your fucking team was abused and trafficked. Human trafficked, y'all. Human trafficked by Tony. Some of them were sex trafficked because he absolutely was intending to use Wei, and I didn't even mention Wei and Babe in some kind of sexual human baby farm thing. That's what he was intending to do, by the way. I haven't forgotten that. So he was about to force them to have sex and have a baby, probably more than once, so that he could get the superpowered alpha whatever out of the two of them. I haven't forgotten that. Like, I know the show has let go of some of the Omegaverse stuff, but I haven't. I remember season 1, and I remember that that was Tony's plan. You went to a man that was literally setting up a plan to baby farm, to kidnap and baby farm Babe. Insane. Yeah, nah, fuck him. That's so reprehensible. Just reprehensible. Yeah, I would not be able to forgive this man once I found that out. I'm sorry. I don't care about him being shot up with a chip that controls him. Like, you walked into that factory of your own free will, and you were an idiot, which is why you got hit up with this tracker that can control your brain, even though you knew that he did that shit to Willie. Like, what was going through his fucking mind? This is stupid writing, and I didn't like it. It doesn't feel like authentic, something that this character would do authentically, you know? It just, ugh. Super frustrating. I don't know if this is how it was in the second book, because I know that the author wrote the second book after the first season, so this is following that. But if this is in the second book, goofy there too. It'd be one thing if Tony kidnapped him and then forced him to go through. Like, he went into his doctor's appointment to his surgery, and then he woke up in Tony's lab. That would have been a better story. And you still could have gotten exactly this same shit, right? Like, if you want to do a storyline with Alan... Sorry, I didn't mention this last episode because I literally just thought about it just now. But if you want to do this storyline where Alan is secretly spying for Tony and is betraying them, then what you needed to do was exactly what I just said, which is have him go into the clinic or to the hospital like he's going to a normal operation, and then wake up in Tony's factory, or wake up with Tony in the surgery room too, and Tony's doctors being the one that did this, right? Like, he found out that he was going in for back surgery, and he comes out with alpha superpowers and a chip in his head. And, you know, Tony just paid off the hospital, whatever, in order to use the surgery lab, or to sneak his own doctors in, whatever, or just kidnapped him, whatever. But, like, that's a better way to set up this storyline without making Alan a traitor, and without making Alan make stupid decisions that don't make any sense. And you still would get a bunch of these story beats. Like, you would still get these story beats if you're going to do a storyline like this. Anyway, let's keep going.
ได้สิ มึงย้ายมาเองนะเว้ย เลย เครื่องปรุงก็อยู่ตรงนี้
Oh, yeah. He has amnesia. And so he's trying to help him regain his memory.
ปกติอ่ะ กูไม่ค่อยได้ทำ เป็นมึงซะมากกว่า
I almost forgot because it's such also a stupid plot line. But at least this is just something that happened to them and not like a complete utter betrayal of their characters.
โอ้
This picture of them on the wall on the beach.
แล้วเมื่อก่อนกูสอนมึงขับรถด้วยนะ
Honestly, wish we had gotten just a beach episode this season. Like, I know that we're trying to be all, you know, hey, this is a crime drama as well. But I'm like, I would have preferred, like, half of these storylines be cut and just us have a, you know, middle of the season beach episode with the whole team. Hey, Alan was like, man, we have been having a stressful several weeks. So let's just go to the beach as a team. Team building exercise. I would have preferred that over most of what has been happening. So we could see that picture being taken.
ก็ตอนนั้นให้ลูกหมาฉัน
He remembers the gloves that he cried over in the first season. Remember that?
ผมใส่ได้จริงเหรอครับ
During his fake funeral.
อันนี้ของมึงนะเว้ย เห็นไหมชาลี
Again, if he's lying about this, I'm gonna fucking rage quit, you guys.
เป็นไง
No. He'll let you know once his memory comes back, I'm sure. Don't try too hard. Just love him as he is, and
ไม่เป็นไร
he'll remember in time.
อยากไปดูอะไรที่น่าสนใจกัน
That's what he
จำได้แล้วเหรอ
remembers. All right.
จำได้อะไรเหรอครับ ก็หมาไง ผมแค่พูดคำที่มันแวบขึ้นมาในหัว
Just let it happen slow. It's okay.
เป็นสัญญาณที่ดีนะพี่ที่ชาลีเริ่มจำอะไรได้บ้างแล้วอะ
Yeah,
ถึง
just
สมอง
have
จะจำไม่ได้
patience.
แต่รีเฟกของร่างกายอะจะจดจำอะไรที่คุณเคยได้เอง
กูก็อยากให้มันจำได้มากกว่านี้
I don't know. I feel like, okay, if I'm writing this story and I'm at the end of season 2 and I want to show Babe's growth, I would actually have him being more patient during this arc and more considerate than trying to rush and push. As a sign that he has grown beyond the impulsivity that he has displayed in the past, especially during this season. I think it's a missed opportunity to not show him be the most patient and the most caring during this arc out of everyone in the team as a sign of his personal growth. Is that just me? I feel like that's a better way to have taken his character than being like, oh, I want him to remember now. I'm going to push up on him now. It's like, no, slow down. Like, if we are thinking about Babe's character design, which is at the beginning of the show, he's super arrogant, damaged and traumatized, of course, and using bravado to kind of cover up that from his childhood. But at the same time, he's very brash. He's very impulsive. He likes to fight. He's very, kind of aggro. But all of that hiding just kind of vulnerable core. If you want to show him growing, especially after his missteps earlier this season with Willie, and just doing a lot of shit that was nonsensical or, like I said, impulsive, then this arc should be showcasing his patience and him being able to slow down. Like, he's his character is defined by going fast, being the fastest. If you want to show his growth, then you need to have him emotionally be able to slow down. And that is how you would showcase his change across the episodes. I don't know. Is that just, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just how I would structure his character arcs. But if you're going to have a racer who's always the fastest and who always wins, then the way to grow that character is by having him lose and by having him learn how to go slow. Same way you would do the opposite for a character who's just starting out racing and you want him to become the best, then you got to start him off not being the best and then grow him into the best over time. Same thing.
เจฟ
Just basic character arc kind of stuff.
ขอโทษนะพี่ พอดีผมยังไม่ค่อยอยากนอนกับคนที่ยังไม่รู้จักดีอ่ะ ผมอยากนอนกับเจฟมากกว่า
It's fine. Although he's in a relationship, so.
หรือเปล่า
ฉันรู้ว่าเขาไม่มีทางทำอะไรฉันเด็ดขาดอ่ะเขาดีกับฉันมาก
ผมรู้ว่ามันยากกับพี่นะ แต่ตอนนี้มันก็ยากสำหรับพี่เบคเขาเหมือนกัน พี่เข้าใจที่ผมบอกใช่ไหม
ก็ไม่ค่อยเข้าใจหรอก แต่ฉันจะลองดู
You are unable to understand why a man who was in love with you for over a year is having a hard time with you not remembering him? You don't have the ability to understand basic human emotion and attachment, sir? We've gotten no indication prior to this that he's had trouble with that. I feel like the closest we got was that he was shut down, but that was trauma. Like in the early parts of season 1, sure. But that was mostly trauma. But we've never gotten, sorry, I'm watching, Desire right now. We've never gotten like Hua Young energy from him, where he literally is a psychopath, has a, antisocial personality disorder or anything, where he's unable to understand or display emotions like other people. Like, we've never gotten that off of him. So I understand that he doesn't feel the same way, but like, it's kind of hard for P-Babe. You understand that, right? Nah, I don't really understand what you mean. Sir? Have you never watched a movie and empathize with how characters feel in a movie, even if there's distance there? What a goofy thing to have him say. It's fine that he doesn't feel the same way, but it's crazy to have him be like, I don't understand why he would be upset with me not remembering him, even though I know for a fact that we've been dating for over a year. Looks exactly like a meal he would cook. Ready made from their little pre-packaging, just throw it in the microwave.
ชอบหรือเปล่า
Cheesy. Also, but
เป็นไงครับ
we're pure here, so we're not gonna say anything. We're gonna let that slide.
อร่อยเหมือนเดิม
Are we there yet? Are we at kissing stage again? Guess we are. He's letting it happen. Why do we think his memory went back only to before he knew Babe and the rest of the team? And not like his whole life or back to his childhood before he met Tony or something like that? Like, what's the significance? I mean, obviously, it's so that we could have the angsty
เลือ
stuff.
ดของชาลีทำปฏิกิริยาได้ดีมากเลยครับ
What is this? How is this serving Charlie's character? What is this doing for Charlie's character? Is my question.
แต่ด้วยจำนวนเลือดของชาลีที่เรามีอยู่น้อย ถ้าเราได้ตัวชาลีมา ก็น่าจะดีกว่านี้นะครับ
Yeah, no
งั้น
shit.
ก็รีบไปเอาตัวชาลีมาให้เร็วที่สุด แต่ฉันมีหนูทดลองอยู่ตัวหนึ่งที่เหมาะสมอยู่
Oh, Kenta. Oh! Yeah, that makes sense.
ยังดูสบายอยู่นี่ แกคุ้นชินกับที่นี่หรือยัง
Is it gonna work on him? Isn't he a beta?
ด้วยมือของคุณเองเลยนะครับ
No, he's an alpha. No, wait. No, he's a beta. Right? He wasn't an alpha who was... No, wait. Was he an alpha who was rejected? I'm sorry. I can't remember. I know that... Obviously, I know that he was basically Pete's playmate. But I can't remember if he's an alpha who failed to, have a power and just was kept around as a henchman, or if he was always a beta. And was just always just a playmate for Pete and then later a henchman. I'm pretty sure he was a beta. As is Kim.
ฉันไม่ได้จะมาฆ่าแกหรอก
Can't remember.
แต่จะมาให้โอกาสสุดท้ายกับแกต่างหาก
จะใช้ยาของคุณเหรอ
พูดมาก
ทำไม
I kind of miss Tony's purple hair. Oh, that
ยา
sucks.
เข้าไปแล้วครับ 10%
Oh God. That actually really sold that.
ที่พี่ยังช่วยกันตากกับจีนยังไม่ได้
ตอนนี้กูยังช่วย2 คนนั้นออกมาไม่ได้ แต่มึงไม่ต้องห่วงนะเว้ย ไอ้ดีนกับเคนตามันปลอดภัย กูเห็นมากับตา
พี่ไปเห็นอะไรมา
Sure.
ไอ้เบบ
พี่ไปเห็นไอ้ดีกับเคนตะถูกจับได้ไง
มึงฟังกูก่อนดิ กูแค่ต้องการช่วยดีนกับเคนตาออกมาก็แค่นั้น
พี่ก็รู้ว่าคนอย่างไอ้โท
No,
นี่
that wasn't it.
มันไม่ช่วย
You're
คน
lying.
ฟรีหรอก พี่ไปแลกอะไรมา
Charlie's blood. Say it.
เลือดของชาลี
And he's still not telling the whole truth because he ain't even talking about the fact that one of the reasons he went there was because of his own
มันต้องการ
greed
เลือ
and
ดชาลีแค่หลอดเดียว
selfishness.
เพื่อแลกกับการปล่อยตัวดีนกับเคนตา
ผมเห็นรอยที่หลังหูพี่แล้ว พี่เป็นหนูทดลองให้มันใช่ปะ พี่คิดอะไรของพี่เนี่ย
When did this happen? We needed to see that moment where he saw the back of his neck. We saw it when Kim saw it. We needed to see that when he saw it. Or we needed to have him overhear Kim and Alan talking about the experiment. Something. But I don't think I believe that. Like, was that a deleted scene? Goofiness.
กูก็เชื่อว่ายาของโทนี่มันจะช่วยให้ร่างกายกูดีขึ้น กูไม่ได้อยากหาผลประโยชน์จากเลือดชาลีนะเว้ย กูแค่ต้องการช่วยดีนกับเคนตาออกมา
No, that wasn't just what you wanted. You walked into there with very selfish reasons.
พี่รัน
That was barely part of his thought process when he went in.
ลุง ไปไหนอะ
So you have super healing or super healing, I guess.
เป็นไปได้ยังไง
Let's all be honest. They did that just so that we could see his tits. We all know that Kenta's body waddy has been insane this season. They was like, y'all need to see more of this.
ลองคิดดูนะครับ ถ้าเราสร้างทักษะพิเศษเหล่านี้ให้กับกองทัพได้ จะเกิดอะไรขึ้น ทักษะในมือเรา
Yeah, he really is trying to be
ผมข
all
แค่
for
อำนาจ
one
ของ
out
พวกคุณ
here.
ทุกคนทำให้
Just evil shit, of course. But again, Tony has been one of the most consistent characters throughout this entire show. So, you know what? I ain't even mad at his character arc. Because he has been extremely consistent as a character.
เมื่อก่อนมีคนห้าม
Your password is Babe's name? That's fucking terrible. Password security. It's not even Babe's name and then a string of numbers or something. Or Babe is my boo or something like that with a bunch of underscores and, you know, A with a symbol instead of a... Like, nothing actually secure. That was Way, I think.
ไหนล่ะสิ่งที่กูอยากได้
ที่กูจะมายกเลิกข้อตกลง
Sure.
อลัน คุณได้รับสารเข้า
How does that know who to target? Is it a vicinity thing? You have to be within 2 feet of him for that to work? Like, how is that? There's nothing to indicate that that button is switching from person to person. So is Kenta inexplicably getting a shock right now, wherever the hell he is? Is he just like, does it shock everyone? Or how does it know who to target? It must be a proximity thing, right? Like, it must be. You have to be within a certain radius. So does that mean if Kenta and Alan were both within the same distance from the cane, they'd both get hit? Yeah, I'm thinking he can't die. I'm thinking it's probably similar to what he gave to Kenta, right?
โทนี่มีทักษะพิเศษที่ไม่เคยมีใครรู้มาก่อน มันสามารถฟื้นคืนชีพได้
That looks like that sucks. Well, just keep stabbing him. And then cut his head off. And then throw him in fire or furnace so that he burns down to ashes.
มึงคิดว่าคนธรรมดาทำได้
Healing that.
จะฆ่าฉันได้จริงเหรอ แต่การฟื้นคืนชีพของมันเนี่ยก็ยังมีข้อจำกัดอยู่ ถ้าโทนี่ได้กลืนเลือดของตัวเองก่อนที่ชีพจรจะหยุดเต้น มันถึงจะสามารถฟื้นคืนชีพได้ แต่ผลจากการตายเนี่ยก็ทำให้ร่างกายของโทนี่ไม่สามารถฟื้นคืนชีพได้อย่างสมบูรณ์ 100% ครับ ต้องมีคนคอยดูแลอย่างใกล้ชิด
Oh, so he resurrected immediately because he threw blood in his own mouth.
ใครมา
ป่าพี่เบ๊มาหาครับ
It's fucking Tony. Just drop by. Hey, what's up?
สบายดีไหมลูกชาย ถ้าฉันจะเอาตัวพวกแกเนี่ย มันไม่ยากเกินความสามารถฉันหรอกนะ แต่ฉันอยากให้แกสำนึกในบุญคุณพ่อคนนี้ แล้วกลับมาหาฉันด้วยความ
I'm so sorry. What? I'm sorry. Charlie was in the other room and said, "Your dad's here," all chipper. Meanwhile, right here within his eyesight, we have a bunch of dudes with guns and a guy kneeling, handcuffed. And he was still being chipper. Well, he was like, "Your dad's here." What are we doing? What? What is happening, y'all? It'd be one thing if, he went out to this living room and then they dragged him in from outside. And then Charlie started to realize how crazy this was. Then his tone before would make sense. But his tone before, after clearly this is happening, is crazy. Crazy work.
เป็นใจมากกว่า
Also, he didn't see them walking down the stairs. Like, what is
กลับ
happening?
ไปก็ต่อเมื่อกูเป็นศพเท่านั้นแหละ
ฉันก็นึกว่าแกจะโตขึ้นบ้างแล้วนะ ลองคิดดูให้ดีสิ ถ้าแกกลับมาอยู่กับฉัน
Do you think he ever accidentally presses that button?
ไม่ว่าชาลีเป็นอะไร
Because he's
ยา
like
ของฉันก็รักษาให้หายได้
constantly on the cane. It's like, whoop, everybody around gets a zap a little bit.
พี่รัน
ดูอย่างไอ้อลันนี่ ร่างกายมันแข็งแรงมากกว่าเดิมเยอะเลย
ยุน
เข้าใจไหมลูกชายคนโปรดของป่า ตอนนี้คนที่จะช่วยให้ทุกคนที่แกรักรอดได้
Why does he, again, I need an explanation for why he likes Charlie so much. Sorry, Babe so much. There must be something else with his biology that he needs or because that he wants to exploit in some way. They haven't explained that sufficiently for me because I'm sorry, but Babe's power as we know it is not good enough for the obsession that Tony has. Because Tony can't think of his children as anything but tools for him to use, right? They're utility. So what utility does Babe have for him? Last season, it made a bit more sense because he wanted to essentially breed him and just get more alphas that have powers. There must be something. Is it purely just because he's the one that got away? But he's not just the one that got away. There's like 6 other dudes that got away. So it's not just that. There must be something that we don't understand or don't know that explains why he's so hyper-focused on Babe.
หายตัวไปคราวก่อนก็แปลว่าไม่ได้ไปรักษาที่โรงพยาบาลอื่นแต่ว่า
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Tony
getting
is gonna have-
experimented on by Tony. Yeah.
ใช่ ลุงไม่ได้ไปรักษาอะไรทั้งนั้นนะแต่ไปฉีดยาสร้างทักษะของไอ้โทนี่ แล้วตอนเนี้ย
กูขอโทษนะเว้ย ที่ไม่ได้บอกมึง
I literally just found out about it like yesterday, so.
ผมไม่โกรธพี่นะครับ
ถ้าให้ฉันเดาอ่ะ ฉันว่าที่พี่อรันทำไปอ่ะเพราะเป็นห่วงความปลอดภัยของแกนะเจฟ
ลุง
No.
อยากจัดการทุกอย่างด้วยตัวเอง
Hold that man accountable for his
เพื่อ
stupid
ไม่
ass
ให้ทุกคนต้องเดือด
decisions.
ร้อน
เจฟ มึงก็รู้ว่าลุงรักน้อง รักทุกคนในทีมเอ็กฮันเตอร์แค่ไหนอะ
No, it was dumb. I hate that the show is trying to spin this into some kind of, oh, Alan did it to protect everybody. No, he did it for selfish reasons, and he also needs to be held accountable for his stupid ass fucking decision
เราจะทำยังไงต่อครับ
making. Like, what are we doing?
ดูเหมือนว่าโทนี่
I'm
มัน
like
เริ่มแผน
so
การต่อไปของ
annoyed.
มันละ
นี่มันโลโก้แลบดีวันนี่ กูเคยเห็นมันอยู่ในเอกสารของแลบโทนี่
Damn, eyesight is crazy to be able to read that from that tablet
จะ
from
ใช้
that
ยา
far
สร้าง
away.
ทักษะ
Maybe I'm just super blind though.
ใช่ มันกะจะควบคุมคนจำนวนมากด้วยการฝัง
คุณนะครับพี่เบฟ
Are we gonna come up with a plan, or that was very vague? Like, what's the actual plan? Not this couch out on the roof like it ain't gonna get rained on. You should let your hair down, bro. Like, it's too luscious to be kept caged in this ponytail like you always have. I miss his early season purple hair still.
What's up my G
Why did they have that sentence come out of his mouth? What? We're almost at the end. We're almost at the end, y'all. Keep going. Don't sit and say thing to have him say.
พี่แมม
บอกให้นิ่งๆไง
Well, sure. I don't know if I have much to say about this fucking episode, y'all. Like, y'all know how I felt about the last. Sorry, I'm letting it refocus on my face. Y'all know how I felt about this season, which is that as the episodes have gone on, this become more increasingly, the back half especially has been increasingly frustrating. Like the first half was like fine, I think personally, and I was engaged, but this back half has been fucking rough. And I've been annoyed by almost everything that has been happening. So, yeah. You got some of what I felt about the last episode, and how much I've hated this storyline for Alan, and it continues here. There's this thing that this show does where it just kind of glazes shit, terrible shit that characters have done, instead of actually dealing with what it would mean to have a character betray the rest like that. I feel like they glaze over. They did it with Wei. They did it so much with Wei at the very last episode of last season and all of the first few episodes of this season. The Wei glaze was fucking crazy. And then they're doing it here. They did it with Dean as well. Where they made the only person who actually had a problem with Dean was the one person who didn't have a fucking leg to stand on and was extremely unlikable this entire show. And in order for us to feel like it's I don't know how to explain it, but it felt like a way to manipulate the audience to ignore the kind of shit, the betrayal that he did with against Babe. So they made only one person actually object to Dean, and then made his objection be super unfounded so that the audience can feel like any objection that they have about Dean is also unfounded. That was the kind of, that feels like the kind of thing that they were doing with what's his face, fucking Sonic? Yeah, Sonic's character. Which is a bit manipulative, but it's fine. And so, and I feel like this has been an issue with the show overall, even in season 1. Remember that period after we had Babe learn everything about what Charlie was doing when he approached him, lying to him, all that stuff. And then we like glazed over the fallout from that, Babe's reaction to that. And how much a betrayal it was to learn all of that, and how terrible it was. Like that has been endemic of this entire show since that, I think, arc. And then they repeated it with Wei, and it's almost always almost always Babe having to get over somebody hurting him and somebody betraying him. Here again, we had Alan. We had one scene of him being angry, and then we had the whole team going, "Oh, he must have done it to protect y'all." Like, I'm so annoyed by the show's inability to hold characters accountable for shit actions. It's fine to have a character make shitty decisions, although I still don't think that Alan's decision making felt organic or authentic to his character, but it's fine. If you're gonna have him make shitty decisions, then let the other characters hold him accountable. Don't like give him oh, it's okay, he only did it to protect you, Jeff. He only did it to protect us, the team. Bullshit. 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 Absolute fucking garbage. Anyway, so that's fucking annoying me. Yeah. So here we go into the finale. It's our last salvo, our last plan to get Tony, somehow be able to kill him, or at least get him off the, get him off the board, the playing field, whatever we want to call it. We've learned that since the beginning, Tony has had the ability to resurrect himself. Which I think it might be different from what Kenta now has. Kenta now has the ability to heal injury. I assume there's a limit on that. Like there's a certain level of injury that he can't heal from immediately, perhaps. But at the very least, right now, he has the ability to heal himself. Tony has the ability to resurrect. So, in my opinion, the only way then to kill Tony is to kill him normally, and before he can resurrect, make sure he doesn't swallow his own blood. And then, first of all, I'm chopping his head off. That's my first decision, is like bring an axe with you when you go to battle him, because you're going to need to chop his head off. And then throw his body in an incinerator. And that's it. I don't think he's healing from that. He's not healing from being burnt down to ashes and chips of bone. I can tell you that right now. And if he can, put his ashes into some suspended epoxy or something, get a bunch of epoxy and split his ashes up into epoxy bricks. Let's say 10 different epoxy bricks, and then keep those epoxy bricks separate. That's what I'm doing. That's me. Send those epoxy bricks all the way across the world. That's how I'm getting rid of him personally. But no. So we're going into the final season, final episode. I don't know why I said season. Final episode. And the plan right now is to use Willie to help us. We don't know the full plan. We didn't hear it, of course, which usually is an indication in media that the plan is going to work. Maybe with a couple of twists, but ultimately the plan is going to work. So we didn't hear the plan, and part of the plan is also Charlie and Babe turn themselves in as if they are sacrificing themselves for the rest of the team. But again, I don't know what Willie is supposed to do, how Willie is supposed to be the ace up their sleeve in this case. I mean, like I said, his power is OP though. His ability to stop time is crazy OP, and he no longer has the chip, so he can't be controlled by Tony anymore. So you just gotta hope that he actually does want to stop Tony. That stopping Tony means more to him than being a fucking annoying nuisance to everybody else. And his weirdo creepo crush on Babe. You gotta hope that that is more important to him right now. Hard to say if you can even trust that, but we'll see. Maybe his need for revenge against Tony is stronger than, whatever other motivations he might have. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I don't know. I still haven't quite... I still don't quite know what the point is of Charlie's amnesia. Like, would there be anything different about this story other than to give Charlie and Babe something to do, because they've been such backseat characters for a lot of this back half of the season especially. Other than to give them one more thing to do, which honestly they could have just filled that with coming up with the plan to stop Tony. I don't know if we needed the amnesia plot. It's been a little helpful for Babe's character to help him chill the fuck out, but I don't know what it's doing for Charlie's character. Like, what is Charlie's character? How is Charlie's character going to evolve from the amnesia? Like, what is this bringing to the table for him? I can't see it, and I don't understand why we're doing it. Does that make sense? I guess it's the only thing that I could see it doing is that it's giving a negative consequence to him stacking powers. But I'm like, he has basically his own power +2. That's enough for him to for him to have a negative consequence. I wish we had seen him absorb like 6 different powers, and then at that 6th one, this happened. So that, I don't know, it feels like really soon to be like he stacked 2 powers and then immediately was disabled from that. I don't know, but it feels like they're nerfing him, which I don't like, and feels unnecessary. We could have done more interesting things with Charlie and his abilities and Charlie's character in general in this season, and we just absolutely did not do anything particularly interesting with him, which is unfortunate. So, all right. I don't have much else to say. We're almost at an hour and 20 minutes, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Go on over to Patreon if you're interested in full length of this show as well as other shows I have on my channel. Yeah. All right. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Whatever, all this ever, but you long gone, it don't matter.